Okay, so how long is the average human lifespan now? I mean, we'll probably Google it, but I think it's something like 90-something years, right? We keep getting older. We keep lasting longer despite all sorts of things trying to get us killed. So what drives me, and why did I bring up lifespan? Because we're not here for very long, you know, in the grand scheme of things. We're not here for very long, and yet think about how much art there is in the world. Yeah, there's arguably only room for so many standouts. You know, we remember Mozart, but very few people know of Scarlatti unless you are a classical nerd. So Baroque, rather, I'm not going to get caught on that. You know, and most people who are outside of the classical music realm won't even know names like Chopin, Liszt, Stravinsky, Tchaikovsky. They might know their works, they might know the pieces because they get used in films, but when you refer to classical music as a general broad term, people just kind of refer to Mozart, right? Or maybe Beethoven. In a world that is hypersaturated, and it arguably always has been, that you would be lying to yourself if you said that it wasn't. In a world that is hypersaturated with only so many room for the brightest shining stars, I am always reminded that whilst no two thoughts are ever the same, no one is also truly original. We all are just a bundle of influences and environmental factors that lead to us having some level of common ground with maybe the person next to us or maybe the person 6, degrees of separation down from us. I make art because I have a compulsion to make art. Simply just that's it. I make it because I want to, because I need to. If I didn't, I would burn alive. It would be an anathema to my existence. I don't make art because I even necessarily think that I will make money or I will be able to entertain X number of people, like some sort of quota. Many of my songs have a message. Many of my songs try to articulate sometimes complex thoughts, sometimes maybe less complex. But I make art because I need to make it. And there are very few people who can convince me otherwise not to make something once I've got my mind set to it. Half of the time, anyone who's ever in my inbox and we're having a good old chat, they will know me to have an idea halfway through the conversation and then just start spamming them with lyrics that I'm generating on the spot because I have a compulsion to make art. And I think almost any artist knows that feeling very, very well. We don't make art because somebody has told us specifically that this is a path to freedom, success, and purpose of life. None of these things. We make art because it needs to exist, because something in us drives us to. Bugger the saturation, bugger the financials, bugger everything else. It needs to exist, and so we make it. And thankfully, we live in an increasingly accessible world. Technology to record music is getting cheaper than ever, just as much as it is to digitize art, just as much as it is to produce any kind of creative works. So I think the question of saturation or the factor of saturation really doesn't play a part in here. Just like how in a previous video, go check that out if you haven't seen it, I answer very passionately with regards to whether or not streaming has affected my decision-making in the music production process, just as much. I don't particularly care for saturation as a factor when I'm writing. I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, there are 20,000 other artists who are writing a song like this right now. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I'm making my art in this time and place, and that's all I need. It's the only reason I need. So if that resonated with you, if that helped give you some conviction for the stuff that you're making, drop a like, maybe leave a comment. I want to hear your stuff. Share. I'm opening up the comments to a total full ball sharing of self-proselytizing and plugging. Plug your stuff. I want to see it. And it will get saturated, hopefully, if the algorithm allows. It will get saturated with comments of people plugging their own stuff. That is totally fine. Maybe I won't get to it all, but I promise you I'll try. Because art needs to be made, regardless of how much of it there already is in the world, and because there will be so much more out there. And it's your stamp, however small or large, in the grand fabric of reality and history itself. So share it with your friends, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you next time.